Welcome back, Soulsketeers! I'm here for another episode of I Played a Thing, Demon Souls. Last time we told Flame Lurker to lurk more noob, got a red hot Demon Souls, and completed 2-2. Today we are going to do 2-3, which being an Archdemon fight is going to be very short, and after that we'll see what looks good to move on to. For the moment though, we have a new friend up there on the stairway. Our dear buddy Patches the Hyena, who's been in all of the Soulsborne games except 2, I believe. 2, his role was kind of taken up by mild-mannered Pate, but enough of that.
Well, I remember you. I'm glad I found you. I found some really nice trinkets. Well, we've been long acquainted, so I'm willing to part with them at a special price. But only if you buy today.
What do you got, Patches? Got a selection of grasses, fresh spice, splinter of keystone. Oh yes, that's the item that replaces the homeward bone, or predates the homeward bone, I should say. Just sends you back to the Nexus without losing any of your stuff. And that seems to be about it for now. Sells the heavy type of ammunition, which does more damage but does not fly as far. And as for rings, this is one way of getting the fragrant ring, but not a very good way of getting the fragrant ring, because his price is extortionate.
Nothing here is stolen, I swear. I no longer partake in the whole corpse robbing thing. Yeah, no, I'm completely free from my vice. My old mother would be proud indeed. Aren't you proud of me too?
We're always proud of you, Patches. Always.
Now, you see that priest and his disciples over there? They still don't trust me after that little incident behind the altar. Shouldn't they believe in forgiving and forgetting and all that? Well, I have news for them. Praying has not put food in my mouth, nor anyone else's.
And here we apparently see the first glimmerings of Patches' hatred for the clergy.
Yeah, no, I'm completely... Aren't you proud?
Always, Patches, always.
Well, do as you please, but you may yet regret refusing my offer.
If we get his... sorry, I'm putting the cart before the... Damn it! I can talk, I swear. See if we have enough souls to get, like, one of his arrows and get his successful purchase dialogue.
What?
Yeah, we'll take a heavy arrow.
Nice stuff, eh? Come again. Then I'll be awaiting.
Yeah, don't you spend that all in one place, Mr. Hyena. Don't think Ostrava's gonna have anything new to say at this point, but might as well check.
But perhaps...
Nope. So, the only sensible thing to do now is to head on over to the final section of Stonefang. I just realized that, like a complete dummy, I forgot to look at the Archstone text. Long ago, a fire demon was sealed away in the jail of the underground shrine. Now, a massive dragon skeleton lies in the sea of lava deep inside. This early in the episode, and I'm already tripping over my words. Anyway, yeah, that describes the Flame Lurker's arena pretty well. Okay, let's do it properly this time. Quite a fancy corridor up ahead. Apparently, even with most of the world gone demon crazy, there's some maintenance being done. Either that or these are some literal eternal flames. That wasn't a good sound. As I mentioned, the third area of any given Archstone is just going to be the Archdemon fight. There's really no run up to it. We just head on in and throw down. And meet the Dragon God. Pretty fearsome name, and indeed a somewhat iconic enemy for the entirety of Demon Souls, even if the actual fight isn't that hard, as you will see. The Dragon God was seen in the intro, that scary dragon beast with the double jaws, and if you actually defeat the Vanguard in the intro, then you will get punched out and killed by the Dragon Guard afterward. Dragon God, not Guard. So what we've got here is Stealth Souls. Any Souls game's gotta have a gimmick boss. At least one, that is. And this is gonna be our gimmick boss for Demon Souls. You kinda have to stealth him. Because he may not one-shot you in New Game, but he certainly will in New Game 2. And even in New Game, there's a fairly good chance of it. The stealth mechanic here doesn't work great. It's really kinda hard to tell when he's gonna see you and when he won't. Of course, when his eyes go all red like that, you know he's seen you. Creep forward a little more. Just take this one step at a time. Oh, there's a gecko there. I forgot all about it. Well, it probably would have gotten us killed if I tried to run after it anyway. Harvesting the geckos in this area is much easier after the Dragon God is dead. So what we need to do is get over there without getting spotted and punched out. If you get out of sight immediately after he sees you and roars, then a lot of the times you can prevent additional pain. But his head moves slowly back and forth, as you can see, and it's really kind of hard to tell when he actually has line of sight on you. Anyway, the main part of Dragon God is getting up to some bits of terrain, as we'll see, and we have to smash ourselves through some terrain on the way there, such as those columns. Having a Great Shield is actually pretty good here. Big smashy weapons will also work well, but a shield bash will actually get you through those fallen columns pretty quick. Like so. Oh, I'm spotted. I'm spotted. Oh, but I got out of sight quick enough. Good. If he sees you, and if you do not quickly get out of line of sight, he will throw a big-ass punch. Punching not usually thought of as the dragonly sort of offense, but he does it pretty well. In New Game Plus or higher, that will kill you. Even in New Game, it might, depending on your HP and such. Oh! Case in point. For spectacle, the Dragon God fight is pretty neat, but the actual stealth mechanic, it just really needed some help, I think. Because there's actually a second phase in which it's much easier to tell whether he can see you or not, but the first phase, it just seems so erratic. There may be more of a trick to it than I'm aware of. Oh, quit your complaining. Okay, there is a maximum distance at which you can actually punch. He's pissed. Alright, you calm down there, you calm down. So you would think when his face is off to the side like that he wouldn't have a good shot at you, but that is not necessarily the case. Let's try it when his head's up this time. I think that'll immediately get me spotted. No! Oh, okay, it did get me spotted, but it took a moment. Let's just get behind the first pillar. No, wait, his head was far enough over in that direction that I think I was okay. You can't see me around the little corner here. See if we can get to the pillar. We can. So maybe we just have to wait until he's looking really, really far over there. Go ahead and look off into the distance there, my dude. And he turns his head back this way. Perhaps now we can get through unspotted. Nope, not quite. Oh dear. Here comes the fist. And taking it on the shield actually saved me. You see, even taking it on a very solid great shield left me very close to death. What's my grass situation look like? I have a couple crescents. I'm sure some of you are screaming at your monitor right now about me having not the slightest idea what the very basic gimmick of the stealth here is. And that would be fair. It does seem pretty cool watching him get up all close to you like that. Oh, did the columns not respawn? The one I broke before looks like it was still broken. I actually didn't realize that. Interesting. Now, to the upper right of me here, you see what looks like a big-ass ballista. Guess what we're looking to do next? It doesn't seem like he's looking in my direction. So we can do one of these. Okay, Phase 2. First, some nice grass. Now, the stealth mechanic actually works a lot better in Phase 2. The trade-off, though, is that he now has fire breath instead of a punch, and the fire breath will fuck your shit right up. The purple flame shield might actually be able to take it better than the punch, but I couldn't swear to that. And if you're in New Game Plus, it won't matter because everything kills you. I exaggerate, but only so much. New Game Plus is so brutal in Demon's Souls that lots of new things will one-shot you. So you see how he looks around, and sometimes he kind of flinches and throws his head back twice? When he's writhing in pain, that's your opportunity to get a little further along your route. Go ahead, get hurt. Thank you. He has helpfully punched over a new route for us. We can now descend, like so. Stones with ephemeral eyes are never a bad thing. Yeah, from here we can actually advance pretty safely. Just have to wait until he gets all hurty. We still have to smash our way through things. One hit of a shield will do. You know, even as big an arrow as that was, you would think that it would not be sufficient to take off so much of this enormous dragon god's health, or to make him wince in pain quite so much. But it does. Thank you. Getting a little greedy here, but I think I can get away with it. He always flinches twice, so you get a decent amount of time to move ahead. I don't have a really good look at him here, but I should be able to tell when he twitches. Like so. Flirting with danger a bit here. Maybe shouldn't take those two at once, but no, it looks like I'll get away with it. And yes, I see the gecko. I'm not worrying about it right this second. And now the Dragon God is all but dead. He has no way of initiating aggression against us at this point. Well, we can take all the time we like to explore, grab things, do whatever. The Master's Ring. If I recall correctly, that makes your critical hits Parries and backstabs more effective, but everything else weaker. But I will check on that, because I'm not entirely positive. We should be looking at item lore anyway. A ring made from straw rope. Damage from sweet spot attacks increase. However, damage from all other attacks decreases. One ring from a faraway sword-producing land where it is said that a special technique is used. Okay, so it's not parries and backstabs, it just makes hitting with your weapon at exactly the right time in its swing more effective. But all your regular swings will be a bit rubbish, so, I don't know, you'd have to be pretty specialized and pretty damn skilled player to make good use of that. Now here we could have a slight problem. The reason being, you have to deal the final few hits of damage onto the Dragon God's chin horn there. But he is breathing fire, even in his death throes, so you have to be kind of careful of your timing. Usually I like to do this with a missile weapon just for safety, but I don't know if I actually have many arrows. Let's see, we've got 5 light arrows, 7 heavy arrows, and a regular arrow. Alright, well, let's try using the light ones first. Maybe I can get away with this. Doesn't do very much. Well, we can whittle him down. I kind of forgot he did that. Okay, let's put the bow away and go big on the final hit. Go ahead, take your breath. And now we murder. Oop. That isn't the right way to murder. I was trying to do a big finisher with one shot there. It didn't work out for me. But we did manage. And because that is an Archdemon, we get a silver trophy for it. A very nice soul bonus. Up your Dragonstone, and the Dragon's Demon Soul. You've obtained the soul of the Chief Demon. The thick, colorless fog shall suppress you no more. What that means is that the fog barrier beyond the Tower Knight is now gone, so we can go to 1-3, and after that 1-4. And I think the next level I do in its entirety may well be 1-3. It's a little dangerous if you do it relatively early in the game, but it's manageable. And there's some neat folks to meet and neat things to find in 1-3, so I kind of want to do that relatively soon. I don't think there's too much in the way of treasure here from here forward in this area, but we will be able to come back in here and get whatever additional gecko cycles we can without having to worry about being punched out or incinerated by a draconic deity. Oh, where am I going? Oh, I remember this. That looks rather interesting over there, doesn't it? Well, we can't get to it right now, but we should be able to very soon indeed. So hold that thought. Hold that thought and let me see if I can remember how to get out of here. Getting lost in a finished boss arena is pretty embarrassing, but I mean, if anyone could do it, it would be me. I think we just need to retrace our steps. Go back here, up there, and around. Let's try not to fly off the wall. Getting lost in a finished boss arena would be bad. Getting killed in a finished boss arena would be really embarrassing. You know what, that was kind of stupid of me anyway. I could have just used the Archstone that we just unlocked for killing the Dragon God. Guess I haven't fully gotten myself back into the Demon Soul mentality yet. First thing I'm going to do is drop off that chunk of pure Dragonstone with Thomas here, because I think it weighs a fair amount.
I was...
5 stones could be worse, but still better put away.
We are in...
Hey, you know it, Tommy. Always glad to help out a friend. And for now, we don't really have much in the way of gear or what have... Whoa. Careful there, Salad. We don't have much in the way of gear to spend our souls on, so let's do some leveling.
Thou seekest then soul of the mind, key to life's evil.
Yeah, we should get a fair few out of this.
Soul of the lost, withdrawn from its vessel. Let strength be ground.
Get some vitality and some endurance. Those are stats that are always good.
Might be mended.
And for our remaining point, we'll dex up again. That will leave us with some souls, but not enough for a level, so we can probably find something else to spend those on in due course.
Art thou done? Main.
Or, of course, we could always screw up and dump them on the ground and get them lost. That's the nice thing about Souls games. Failure is always an option. Now then, there are a couple more things that we can do now that the Dragon God is dead. We can, of course, go to the other parts of Boletaria Palace. But also, if I've got this correctly plotted out in my head, which I may or may not, I think that's going to put Stonefang into pure white world tendency. Yeah, it looks like it. It can be a little hard to tell, but it does look a little brighter than Boletaria Palace. So yeah, I think that's pure white, and that means we can do pure white events for the second Archstone. First, however, I'm going to end myself, because that's what we always do when we return to the Nexus. Now then, the first thing we can do with pure white is head back to the Armor Spider Archstone. I'm not super on the ball today, am I? Forgot to grab my souls. Should probably repair my equipment, too. That's better. You know, I wonder if we've got the gear to give our bow any decent upgrades. We will want to do that, because we have to get it up to, I think, plus 6 or 7 to boss soul it into the weapon we eventually want to have. Let's see how much we can do that now, and I'll take it as high as I can go. Oh, that uses hardstone, right. Doesn't make a tremendous amount of sense, but then again, neither would sharpstone, because it's the arrow that's sharp, not the bow. Oh, that's all the further we can get it right now. Okay. Well, we'll just need to go buy some splinters.
Do come.
That would actually be a fairly good use of our time right now anyway, because there's one other thing we can do right at the beginning of Stonefang. First off, there should be another spawn cycle on the gecko right here, because we did kill another boss. Let's see if I can do this properly and not let it get away. There we go. Oh, lots of hardstone. Well, that's right nice of you. But while we're here, I'll do the other thing I just mentioned. Helpfully, Filthy does not leave when he goes to his other location. Apparently he just warps back and forth to wherever you happen to be. But that's great, because if you only need regular shards, that means you can just go here to 2-1 where it's much easier to get to it. Well, we are also here to visit Blacksmith Ed.
What be your need? If it be a blacksmith.
Yep, usual friendly reception from Ed. But we have something now that would quite interest him.
Demon soul? The demons are powerful spirits. Some can even bless weapons. But doing so requires a powerful flame. The soul of a demon is an inferno of wrath.
Interesting, you've got my attention.
I told you that I am busy. Each ore has a grade. Mighty weapons can only be blessed by ores of high grade. The highest grade of all is a pure ore that shines in utter brilliance. A spirit force that delights the eyes. The highest grade of all is a pure...
We're not getting the dialogue that I should be getting. One moment. Maybe we just have to do another cycle of talking to him?
Yes, that's the one. A red-hot demon soul. Now you can bless your weapon with another demon soul.
That's what I was looking for. I guess you have to exhaust all of his other dialogue before he can notice you've got the Flame Lurker Soul. The Flame Lurker Soul cannot actually be crafted into anything directly, but...
Wise choice. You've done well to put your trust in the great Blacksmith Ed. Bring me a demon soul, and I shall use it to bless your weapon.
Now we can make boss soul weapons. Let's see what kind of options we have here. Oh, we only actually need a few more large splinters for the shield, but I'm not going to worry too much about that right this second. How's our situation with the spear? Oh, we only need regular splinters for that. Okay, I'll probably go up and get some from Filthy. We can do that before we worry about the bow. Now then, what else can we do here? Nothing right now. We don't have anything ready to upgrade with a boss soul weapon. Such is life. You got anything else to say, Ed?
Aye, Squid.
Not a thing. Let me take a little jaunt up to Filthy then. Sharpstone, that's what we need. That actually works out quite nicely. Uses up most of our souls, but we'll be able to improve our spear a bit. Would like to upgrade the bow, but for now we'll upgrade the more important stuff.
If it be a...
Sorry about that, Alexa decided to have a chat at me. I have no idea why. Yeah, we'll go ahead and make ourselves a Winged Spear +7. First of the chunk upgrade levels. Oh, yes! We could make the Scraping Spear from this. The Scraping Spear being the weapon that you can make with the lead or lead demon soul that we got from killing Phalanx. It is a long spear with countless thorns on the tip, a weapon born from the soul of the demon Phalanx. It scrapes away at the target's equipment, lowering their defenses. Not a particularly great spear in most respects, but really nice for griefing, I understand, back in the day when invasions were regularly happening in this game, because you could break all of someone's equipment, not only making them more vulnerable, but also forcing them to spend quite a bit of money on repair. The Silver Catalyst we could make into an Insanity Catalyst, but we don't have the soul for that yet. I don't think it would be particularly good for me even if I could. Okay, we're gonna need another chunk for the spear, so we'll leave that alone for now. Can we do anything more with the bow with what we have? We sure can, but we don't have enough souls. Easily fixed.
If it be a...
Oh, hey. We can go up even more, and we haven't started needing to use up our large shards that we will eventually want for the shield. Nifty. At +3, we also get some of the other upgrade paths available to us. Quality, as I've described before, evens out your scaling between strength and dex. Viscous, which is called sticky in the Atlas localization, means you get more dex scaling. Okay, I need 4 more large splinters of hardstone for this, so that may take a little while to collect.
All done?
What I am going to do now is go back to the Armor Spider Archstone, and there's a pure white world tendency we should be able to do now. Also, we can take a look at the Dragon God Archstone's text. The underground The underground shrine was made to worship, as well as seal in, the Dragon God. The ancestors of the burrowers revered it as a god, and furnished it well. So they revered it as a god, but maybe it wasn't actually one. Well, I guess that stands to reason. You shouldn't be able to shoot a god with 2 big arrows and say goodnight. Now then, job number 1. I'm gonna try and get that gecko from a distance like I did before. We got some heavies. And our bow's a little stronger, which can't hurt. Just have to move the very, very fiddly crosshair into the right place. That is not the right place. I'm a little high. I'm always trying to compensate a tiny bit for arrow drop, but arrow drop is rarely as much as I think it's going to be. This looks like a good target, though. Yes, it is. Oh, wasted an arrow there, but got the proper result. Our upgraded bow surely made that come out a little easier. Ah, large hardstone. And a chunk of hardstone. That's something we're certainly going to need. Okay, Oh, forgot about the minecarts. Well, we don't need to get exploded at this point in our lives. Not that we'd lose much if we did, but we don't want to do that. I am going to go down the shortcut to Flame Lurker again. But this time, if we are in fact in pure white, there will be something a little different there. Hang on a moment, I'm going to clean out the tunnel here, as I usually do. I do recall someone requested me making it all the way down the shortcut here. It may have been Gooberslot, so I will try to do so. Hopefully not make too much of a hash of it. Now then, that landing there looked a little bit like it was inhabited when we came there before. There were signs of cooking utensils, I believe, some other little necessities of life, but there was nobody actually there. If this is pure white now, that should have changed. Yep, but first let's see if we can catch that gecko before it Marvelous. Ah, large sharpstone. We can always use that. But more importantly, who's our new friend? And it takes after Patches in the posture department, doesn't he?
Egads! Oh, you nearly frightened me to death, creeping up on me like that. My name is Scurver. I seek treasures of the unknown. I'm impressed you've come this far. Were you guided by a sixth sense or a brash imprudence? Either way, you've more skill than I. Let us put that skill to work. There is a temple beyond here, below the ground. It is a work of art, molded by the ancient burrowers to appease the bones of dragons. As a precaution, a broad sword which can crush bone and slay dragon is stored in the temple. Truth told, it is the laughing stock of many a swordsmith. They say it's as blunt as a bludgeon. A dull blade meant to slay a dragon. Curious, is it not? I would search for it myself, but I'm afraid I'd fare poorly against the demons. If you happen to come upon the sword, please let me have a look at it. This place is magnificent, eh? The bones of dragons exuding awe. A dream come true.
So this is that Scurver that Filthy mentioned, huh? Seems like a pleasant enough guy. I think he might be underselling himself a bit, too. Faring poorly against the demons, us having more skill than him to get here. If he's making camp in a spot like this, I don't know, it seems pretty capable to me.
No luck finding it, eh? Perhaps it's not there after all. Or it could have been melted in the lava. 'Tis a pity.
Yeah, don't give up yet, Scurver. Now, let's see if I can complete my descent without anything horrible happening. Once again, I find myself really wishing there was a bit more light here, or a way of getting more light, like even a cast light spell or what have you, would be real nice. Can I fall down here? I think maybe. Yes. Tiny bit of damage, but nothing even close to something we cannot endure. Looks like we've got a track here as well. Plop. I should be able to roll onto that, I believe. A little bit of a gap, but not more than we can cross, I think. And let's see, how shall we descend from here? Oh, that's a gecko. Don't know if I'll be able to catch it, but that is definitely a gecko. Pardon my slowness, I always want to do this a little bit carefully because, well, falling will kill you. Gravity always being one of the most deadly enemies in any Souls game. Oh, I think I fucked it up. No, I didn't. Gotta go. Not sure which way that gecko went, but I think I lost it again. Oh well. Anywho, we can now wander on back through Dragon God's arena. Not Dragon God, Flame Lurker. I do not have my shit together, folks. Do excuse me today. Now, if memory serves, there was a gecko not too far from the entrance here, which we didn't worry about previously because Dragon God. But perhaps we'll have a better shot at it now. Yeah, there he is. Chunks of sharpstone. Very good. We need those. And now, for our other Pure White World Tendency event of this area, the rubble around this weapon here is now gone. Sometimes the World Tendency events are real subtle things like that, just little changes in the terrain. And we now have the Keel Smasher. In the Atlas localization, this was called the Dragon Bone Smasher, and I can't remember where it is, but I think there's one other place in the Asia version where Dragon Bone is referred to as Keel. I don't know if that's a translation issue, or just some archaic or uncommon word for dragon bones or what have you, but anyway. So, by Keel Smasher, it does mean something that's supposed to be used for smashing dragon bones, but I kind of like the name of it as it is, even if it's not correct, because it sounds like something you could just sink a ship with. And it is a fuck-off big sword that would be very good for that indeed. Needs 30 strength to wield, unless you two-hand it. As in other Souls games, if you two-hand something, it only takes half the strength. It has very nice strength scaling. Very nice base damage as well. Let's go ahead and try that out. We'll have to two-hand it, so we can't really see the one-handed moveset properly, but... look at that. It has been observed on some occasions that director Miyazaki is a big fan of Berserk. Apparently that went back a few years, didn't it? We'll two-hand that. I believe there's a third hit there that'll swing the weapon backwards. Don't oop, nope, that's not what I wanted. I don't even have the stamina for that, never mind. It's kind of neat. Second hit of an R2 combo just slams it right into the ground. What we got for running attacks? Big sweep. I'm so weighed down by this thing that I'm fat rolling. Alright, so what Scurver was looking for, what he hoped to be able to witness, was a dull blade for smashing dragons. I think we've got that thing. But I just remembered, I think there was another gecko here as well. Let's put our actual weapon back on. So, yep, the Keel Smasher / Dragon Bone Smasher is, I think, almost your only choice in this game when it comes to the equivalent of an Ultra Greatsword. There is one other, I believe. Don't recall the name of it offhand, but it's the equivalent of the Zweihander from other Souls games. Even that is not nearly as big as the Keel Smasher. But if I recall correctly, it has a similar moveset. Really think there was another gecko around here somewhere, and while we're in the neighborhood, we might as well deal with it. If I can find it again. Aha! Oop. Very handy when they only have a corner to run into and it takes them a little while to burrow into it. Yeah, clear stone, not that exciting. Well, you never know, I may decide to make a quality weapon of some sort eventually. I think we should have another... Oh. I think we should have another spawn cycle worth of geckos to kill in this area, but no particular need to do that right this second. We've got a weapon collector to make happy. Doing okay with the geckos right now. Hey, Scurvy. No, wait, that's a terrible nickname. Scurver. I got something to show you.
Egad! Oh, You? Demons? Sorry, friend, I have no interest. I love Boletaria for what she is, a place of odd wonders. Strange faces, wielding strange trinkets, hiding in strange places. I'm beginning to think Boletaria is better off now than it used to be. Don't tell anyone I said that. I could get myself into bother if I'm not careful.
You know who he kind of reminds me of? Donald of Xena from Demon Souls, or from Dark Souls 1. I am just not getting my words together today.
Hey, that's... You found it! Let me have a look. Hey, that's... You found it! Let me have a look.
Oh, for a moment I wondered what was going on here, but then I remembered. You have to actually equip it to show it to him. Yo, talk dialogue?
Wonderful! The arts of swordsmanship applied in a perfectly useless manner. Oh, do not mind me. Thank you, it was a pleasure. Please, take this as a small show of thanks. Take care of that sword, will you? She's a beauty.
And for that we get a pure greystone, which if we ever want to make a crushing weapon with improved strength scaling, we will now have that option. Well, we'll now have the option of upgrading it all the way if we can get all the other bits of greystone we need, but you know what I'm getting at. Also, the arts of swordsmanship, swordsmithing I should say, applied in a perfectly useless manner. I don't know. I think Skirver kind of gave away the game with what he said previously, that it's as blunt as a bludgeon. You could whack someone pretty good with that blade or not.
Take care of that sword, will you?
I'll do that. And by take care of it, I mean probably shove it into Thomas for the duration of the game. Anywho, I think what I will do now is go to the bottom of the area again, past Flame Lurker's arena, and kill those other geckos again. There should be another spawn cycle of those left, and I will rejoin you afterward. Hey, a pure hardstone. Very nice, so we'll have what we need to get the purple flame shield to its maximum level, if we ever get it through all the levels in between. Also, I killed myself going to the, through the Flame Lurker shortcut again, but no big deal, I wasn't carrying that much anyway. Anywho, at this point, we have done all of the pure white world tendency events for Stonefang. The only ones there were, well, I shouldn't say the only ones there were, because 2 is plenty. There really aren't more world tendency events than that in most cases. But meeting Skirver and getting the Keel Smasher, and then getting our reward from Skirver, that's all we can do with Pure White here in Stonefang. So what I'm going to start doing is, whenever I defeat a boss and get my body back, I will start coming to Stonefang and killing myself in human form to push the world tendency toward black. There is only one pure black world tendency for Stonefang, but we will want to get it. Now we're definitely going to want to put that pure greystone away, because I believe that is the single heaviest of the upgrade materials in the game. That'd be a good idea to drop off the Keel Smasher, too. It's got our weight load pretty damn high. Ooh, yeah, look at that. 10 weight units. Anything else I need to put away while I'm in the neighborhood? No.
You have a hat.
Next time I get my hands on some souls, I'm really going to have to buy more ammunition. Kind of blown through all my very meager stock of arrows already. Alright then, what I'm going to do now is head over to Ed and see if there are any more upgrades that we can do with the additional chunks and shards and what have you that we've picked up from the geckos. Oh, this one's got another cycle too. I didn't think it would have any left in it. No, you don't. Wow, that's a lot of hardstone. We could always buy regular splinters, but hey, if we don't have to spend the souls, that's even better. Speaking of souls, if I can do any upgrades here, I'll have to have more souls for them. And that's okay, we've got lots of soul consumables sitting around the inventory. Eduardo, how's it hanging?
The highest grade of all.
Purple flame shield. Oh, we still need 2 more large splinters of hardstone. I may buy those at Filthy from some point, but I'm not going to worry about it right this second. What about our wanged spur? Oh, all we need is 4 standard splinters. Hang on a moment, I'm going to go upstairs and get that. Like the complete scatterbrains I seem to be today, I accidentally bought some splinters of hardstone first, instead of the sharpstone, so I had to go back and pop some more soul items. But we're going to use that hardstone eventually anyway, so no major problem. Now, do we have enough souls left over to upgrade the wanged spur? We sure do. That's going to use 3 out of our 4 chunks. But our pointy poker is getting pretty damn good. We've got it up to 0.8. To 0.9 we will need 4 chunks. We have enough large splinters. That's good. We just need to keep an eyeball out for chunks, and yeah, we'll be gold. Might as well upgrade the bow another time here. It'll only use 1 of our large splinters of hardstone. Real tempting to pop another soul item and do this right now. You know what? Gonna need it eventually, so I am going to do that. I probably should be prioritizing the shield, but I do want to get that bow upgraded to the point that we can boss soul it. Okay, we're gonna need a bunch of... Well, actually, no, we're only gonna need 2 large splinters, so... Yeah, I'll definitely have to make another shopping trip to second location Filthy at some point. Okay, so here we are, back in the Nexus with an upgraded bow and an upgraded spear in our hands. I see we've already gone over an hour in the raw recording, so this is not going to be a good time to start a new level. However, I don't want to just do the Dragon God and a bunch of housekeeping in this episode, so what we're going to do is run over to 4-2. 4-2, you say? Haven't you said that's the hardest level in the game? Well, in my opinion, it is. However, if we don't go very far into it, we'll still be able to meet a new friend. And an old friend as well. So not actually trying to complete the level, we're just gonna go a little ways in and make some acquaintances. The Archstone of the Adjudicator. The dead, given the seal of the hero by the Adjudicator, are taken to the Shadowmen's shrine and purified with light and water and mourned in storm. Alright, so straight off this archstone, we have this balcony here with some storm beasts flying around, and they will be happy to take shots at you, so do have a care. There is, however, a treasure to be grabbed on this side. A good soul item. Got myself speared, but hey. And we've got another one here that we could probably edge around, but just to be a little safe, I'm going to do it from the stairs first. And then we can creep around this way. There we go. And if I recall correctly, here we will soon find our friend Blige. Yeah, I think that's him against the wall there. And Blige, if memory serves... Actually, let me... Nah, I don't really need to heal myself right now. Famous last words. Blige, if I recall correctly, is a very good source of cheap arrows. And we don't really need good arrows, we just need ones that'll, well, be arrows.
Hello there. We meet again. You look terrible. Cheer up. Life is an adventure.
That's a pretty good attitude, actually. Blige, once again, pretty together guy.
There's somebody I ought to warn you about, a fellow who lacks common decency. They call him Patches the Hyena, and he's the one that laid that trap for me. He's the kind of person who'd stab his mother in the back. If you happen to spot him, you'll be doing us all a favour by putting him out of his misery.
Way ahead of you there, Blige.
Have you been to the altar where sorcerers summon shadows? Well, I think someone may be trapped in the lower cavity. I heard them praying for dear life. Pity the poor fool. He probably fell for one of Patch's old tricks.
Praying, eh?
Pity the poor fool.
What other kind of stuff does he have here? Oh, kunai. They can be quite useful. They are the poison throwing weapon of this game. There are also poison arrows, but if I recall correctly, the merchant for those is a little harder to get at. Well, he sells Dark Moonstone and Cloudstone quite dearly, but I suppose if you don't want to grind them, this is the place to go. Some basic weaponry, and here we are, wooden arrows. They are weak, but they're only 5 souls a pop. What do you got for armor? Basic leather stuff, okay. I'm just gonna dump my existing souls. Pick up 100 arrows. That'll keep me going for a while.
All done. Good day. Be sure not to get yourself killed.
Okay, not fat rolling or anything. Actually, I think rolling is only controlled by your equip burden, not your inventory burden. I'm gonna get my bow ready, because if I recall correctly, we're going to need it very shortly. Did I say shortly or shortly? I meant shortly. So as soon as I step on this switch, we're going to open up an area kind of overlooking a lower room, and I'm going to need to do some fast shooting when I do that, so hopefully that'll go according to plan. Actually, I need to put some arrows into my quiver first. We don't want to forget that. Alright, let's do this. Demon Souls? Demon Souls. What are you doing, Demon Souls? Well, this is new. One moment. Well, that was interesting. I tried to force quit Demon Souls and the PS3 itself crashed out. I still have my arrows, that's good. Didn't lose them. But let's hope that this time I can actually step on the switch and not have the game shit the bed. Okay, so Death there, he has to die real quick. He is summoning Shadow Lurkers, which were previously mentioned by Blage. And he will continue to resurrect them until we take him down. As you can see, there were some Shadow Lurkers being summoned up here, but they all died as soon as the Reaper did. So this is actually a really good place to grind souls. You can get here pretty quick from the Archstone. Take some shots at the Reaper and blow up all the Shadow Lurkers he spawned. And you will get a good supply of souls every time you do that. Oh, hey, Kunai. We were just talking about that. Poison can be quite effective in this game. Especially if there are NPCs that you want to kill that are rather difficult. Some monsters as well. Anyway, we don't have to go terribly far to meet our friend. But I am going to search as well. Whoa! Let's not forget that not all the stairs are intact. Now let me go up there again. I can't remember if there's anything good treasure-wise. Actually, they might be down here. Oh, prism stones, huh? Or Agates of Guidance, as they're called in this game. Someone is trying to lead us on. Let's see. First, is there anything here that I want? Oh, him again. Well, we'll talk to him in a moment. Do want to make sure that I'm not missing anything here. I have vague memories of a stairwell and a hidden door, illusory wall, if you will. I don't remember quite where that is, or if it in fact is even a thing. False memories are a thing when it comes to me. I won't spend too much time on it. I can check it between episodes if need be. I know there's a way back up there. Oh, here we are. I think there might be stairs like this on both sides, and one of them has the illusory wall. I'll keep an eyeball out for it. Can't remember if it shimmers like the ones we saw earlier. This is where there was a hole, yes. Yes, that is definitely a hole. How do we get over there? Chances are a stairway on the other side, right? I feel so sure there's... Oh, okay. There we are. I also seem to vaguely recall a black katana skeleton behind it, though, so we will exercise some caution. What is this, a trap? Sure is. Wasn't sure where those were going to come from, so I'm glad I guessed right where to get away from them. I really think there's a black katana skeleton around here somewhere. Oh, hi. This would not actually be the worst place to try and farm for that pure bladestone. It wouldn't take super long to get to the katana skeleton from here. I don't like fighting him in a narrow corridor where I can't get behind him. Fighting him on the stairs is probably not going to be a whole lot better, but... Yep. So what we're gonna do is kill that Reaper again, get the souls for his Shadow Lurkers, and try that again without all the dying. Gotta take care of this quickly before the upstairs Shadow Lurkers get to me. Or I run out of... Ugh! Before that happens, basically, is what I was trying to say there. So now I get to try and take the... No, 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 don't you dare. No time for you, sir. I've got a Reaper to stabulate, and hopefully not get killed in the process, because I don't want to lose the souls I just collected. Oh! Oh my goodness! Was that the Reaper? Yep, sure was. Oh my. This was going to be a quick meet-the-friend kind of excursion. But no, I had to get fancy. And then screw up the Reaper sniping, which is really not a difficult thing that I should not have had so much trouble with. Gotta remember, he starts walking after the first shot, so you have to aim downward a little more. Oh dear. Okay. I am going to get have to get the hang of Reaper farming again. Also, not try to block his soul arrow kind of deal. Not getting killed by shadow men, or shadow lurkers I should say, would also be a good start. Let's try not to get nuked by the Reaper. Whoop, there he is. He's got a friend in front of him, which makes things a little more difficult. Okay, this time we must not fuck up the sniping. Because you know what? Trying to melee a Reaper in a narrow stairwell, where you don't really have room to dodge the projectile. Well, you've seen how well that's working out. No, 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 hit him. Hit him, hit him, hit him. Thank God. And just before one of the lurkers got to me, too. Oh, a bunch of treasure down here that I didn't notice before. Oh wait, no, that's just the Reaper's body up there. Having another splinter of Dark Moonstone. I'm going to try and do that business with the Katana Skeleton again, this time without all the dying. I think I'm going to try and run out to his landing. So I have a little more room to work with. There we go, this should help matters. What?! Oh god, there are storm beasts here too. Well, big soul item, so I guess there's at least that. We're just gonna do this the dangerous way, I think. Okay, I'll take that. That's still a legitimate win. Finally. And wow! 4,000 souls for that. I'm thinking the ones in 4.2 are stronger than the ones in 4.1. Because I don't think they were one-shotting me before. Anyway, time to finally do what I came here for. My god, this episode turned into a clusterfuck. and open this for the moment. It's not what we need to do here. That is progress. I just figured I'd open it while I was in the neighborhood. And now, I'm going to go where those Augites of Guidance were, and we're going to talk to a friend. Hey, Patches. What you got going on there?
Oh, hello again. Hey, don't turn a cold shoulder. I didn't mean to do you wrong. Really? Come on now. We've got better things to fret about. That pit there is filled with treasure. But, I can't get to it myself. Go on, have a look. It's more riches than I've ever dreamed of.
Yep. You know what's coming. This is going to be the first instance of the classic Patches maneuver. I'm going to put on my regenerator's ring so I don't use an entire grass for this piddling bit of HP. Now then, Patches, what did you want?
What's keeping you? Have a look at that treasure down in the pit. Then we'll work out a way to fish it out.
Right. Well, let's get this over with.
Don't hold it against me, eh? Take your time, starving to death. Then I'll sell every last trinket off your corpse.
That's our Patches. And now we are in an underground area where there appears to be a Black Phantom NPC guarding the way out. And over here we have that friend I was talking about. And up there, on top of that big stalagmite, I guess, is what that is, there's a treasure that we have no way of reaching. Now, how do you think we're going to get on that? If you guessed World Tendency, give yourself a prize.
Heavens! Did you fall for that little devil's trap? Well, I did the same. He fooled me, and now I am stuck here. The reverberations seem to suggest that we are connected to the outside. But dark, fearsome souls stand between us and freedom. But have no fear. God will cleanse us of evil. Pray with me. Umbasa.
Umbasa indeed.
Heavens! Well, the but pray with me. Umbasa.
This, you may have guessed, is the missing Saint Urbain. And if we can get him out of here, he will return to the Nexus. But first we'll have to get past this guy. Come on, lock on. There we go. I'm gonna put a few soul arrows into this feller. Or at least, I was going to until I lost my lock on. He has some dodging ability, doesn't he? Some HP, too. I have a feeling that katana of his is going to hurt quite a bit, so I'm just going to soften him up as much as I can before we have to go into melee. He'll dodge a lot of it, but he'll eat his share, too. Especially when he's anxious to close the distance, which he's doing an okay job of. It still looks like I'll get him below half before I run out of MP. Quite a bit better than below half, even. Okay, I don't know how well I'm actually going to be able to block this guy's shit. Oh, pretty well, looks like. I really thought that was going to go very, very badly, considering the way things have been going, getting up to this point. Stone of Ephemeral Eyes, very nice. 3 chunks of Dark Moonstone would be great, too, if I were going up that particular upgrade path.
Oh, it's you. Did you cleanse the world of another dark soul today? God has chosen you, and for that we are thankful. Umbasa. God Umbasa.
Alright, Urbain should be able to take care of himself from here, so I am heading on back to the Archstone. Where does this actually let out? I don't remember. Ah. So right behind Patches. What do you have to say for yourself, you skeezix?
You. Hey, look, I'm really sorry. I didn't mean what I said. I mean, a man's got to make a living, right? Here, look. I can make up for it. There aren't many humans like us. We need to stick together. I know. Here, take this as a token of my friendship. You've seen one of these before, surely.
Actually, I haven't seen one of those before. Bleed is rarely a big problem in this game, but, well, if we get anything, get into a fight with anything that keeps bleeding us, I guess we'll have a little bit of countermeasure.
Come on, let's be friends. What do you say? No need to drag each other down.
That, too, is classic Patches. Always ready to make amends. For a while.
Oh,
This is where the ancient barbarians offered their honoured heroes to the winds. To seek winds in life and meet winds in death. That was the warrior's code. And all that's left here now is a fine pile of dust.
I've never been so wrong about a dig. I've disgraced the Blige line of grave robbers.
A little extra dialogue from Blige.
I've never been so...
But a bit of it...
Don't worry, I'm sure we'll be back for many, many loadouts of cheap arrows. Yeah, finally back to the Nexus. And now that we have given Urbain a safe way out past the Black Phantom NPC, there he is. So now his followers will probably have some new dialogue, and we'll also want to get the Nexus dialogue for Urbain himself. But this episode has already run a lot longer than I intended it to, thanks to all those really embarrassing deaths. Oh well, I hope they were at least somewhat entertaining. At any rate, that is more than long enough to go before we call it a night. So, as always, I would like to thank you all very much for watching. Next time, we'll chat up Urbain, and we'll figure out which level we want to go to next. Till next time, take care. This is and Salad, signing off. Today's Comedy of Errors has been brought to you by Justin Carpenter, Nolden, Zangamarth, Anonymous Benefactor, John Madigan, Sanguine Games, Misha Van Doren, Frank Grizzy, Tim J., Lolo De Puzzlo, Joshua C. Ritchie, Jared C. Rice, Sonic Rose, EX Potemkin, Mechasaurus, DG Jono, Doug Russell, Dodecalope, Patrick Bellinger, Jarogue, Martin Schauenmakers, Mayo the Hedgefox, Hildegard Argelmach, IGV, Jazel, Joseph Hall, Hot Mayo Sandwich, Dan Larson, K. Ivan Rupert, Tiny Shopkeeper, Charlie Dunst, Kikoskia, Kobo4231, Alex Beyer, Yuka Takeuchi Fan, Chaotic Narrative, McCaffrey Crandall, Mystery Accent, Lakota, Meiyan Ling, Renaman, Faked Everywhere, Ozone-sama, Rio Welcome, and other saintly patrons. Thank you all immensely for your support. I'm kind of in crunch mode to make the move happen as quickly as possible, and your kind contributions will be a big help with expenses. As ever, much love to all you subscriber-type folk, the always lovely comment crew, and anyone these words are reaching. After all, without an audience, this whole business would start to look kind of silly. I hope you all have a good week, and a good start to the new month. See you soon, and I'll try to bring my A-game next time. Till then,